Before you get started with the inflation of your 5.5-foot balloon, remember, one of the most important things is safety, and safety of your helium tank. So make sure you have your tank secured to a dolly, to a wall, or even use a tank stand, which will take care of it and make sure it will not tip over, and it will ensure your safety as well as everyone else. Also, when you get finished, be sure to put the tank cap back onto the tank to cover the valve. Welcome to Hico's How-Tos. In today's how-to, we learned to blow up a 5.5-foot balloon. Now, some things that you're going to need: a 5.5-foot balloon that you can purchase from Hico, a 105-foot pennant line that you can purchase from Hico, a helium tank that you can purchase from Hico, and of course, hearing protection and zip tie. First step that I do after taking the tank cap off of the helium tank is I take my pennant line and I put it on the ground with one line going to the left, one line going to the right. That way you know where your top line is and your bottom line is. Next, I take my hearing protection, put that on. Once you're ready with that, take your balloon, unfold it. Always have your zip ties, 2 of them, in your back pocket, so that way that they are ready to go when you need them. Now, what you're going to do from this point forward is take the mouth of the balloon, slide it over the valve, and you have open and closed on top of the valve with directional arrows. Turn it on, close. If it starts to vibrate, just pick the balloon up. When you think you've gotten the balloon to the proper size, turn your tank off, and then make sure you have a good hold of the balloon. I always like to grab it with my left hand, let the balloon float up, and just twist it a couple of times. It'll spin right where it's supposed to. Now remember, that pennant line that we spread out on the ground, we use that to help with our measurement. Take your free hand, put it against the balloon, push it right down to the ground on the pennant line, and you want to measure it like you would your child. So in this type of weather, I'm going to blow this balloon right at 5 feet. So as you can see, we're right at 5 feet. So once the balloon is at the proper size, and you have your twist in the neck of the balloon, take your zip tie with teeth facing into the balloon, wrap it around, and zip tie it. Now, very important at this stage, do not let go. Now we're going to attach the pennant line to the balloon. This is very tricky, so you want to be very careful here. If you let the balloon go at this point, it's gone. Take the line, put it over your arm. I bring it up and put it under my thumb. Grab it, bring it around, and you want to gooseneck or bring the mouth of the balloon up. So we're going to take our second zip tie, put it in, and zip tie this all together. And it's okay to use your teeth or whatever it is that you need to get the job done. Now, take your line. I always just cross it and do a half hitch right up next to it, and then I'll do a second half hitch. Bring it down. And at this point, you can do basically whatever type of knot you like. I typically like the Boy Scout slippery taut line. And I will just do 2 or 3 of these to eat up all of my line. and that's how you tie it. Now we're at the end. This is one of my favorite parts of blowing up a 5.5 foot balloon, because at this point you usually will have a couple of people watching you. Take your other end and make sure you have a very good hold on that, and from this point you can turn the balloon loose. Now, one thing I want to add, if you are not comfortable blowing up the balloon and tying it, you can always call Hico, and we'll be more than happy to come out and do that for you. Now, like I said, the best part of the show, take the balloon, turn it loose.